So I'll let you in on a little secret. Guitar players only really like to play in about 5 different major keys. That's it. We stay away from the other keys like the plague, or we have to use capos or some other tricks to be able to handle ourselves in those keys. Why is that? Well, because of the way that the strings are voiced on a acoustic or a classical guitar, making chords in only certain keys is pretty easy. If you go outside of those keys, you have to start using bar chords, which for a beginning guitar player is a pain in the neck to learn how to do this. And then once you do, the problem is that it's really difficult to kind of move your fingers around. I mean, that's about all you can do, because you've got one finger which is kind of tied down doing his job of barring all the other strings down, and then the other fingers can't move a whole lot. So what are those keys? Well, it's the caged acronym. So C is a really nice key to play in. I've only got one bar to learn, and unfortunately it's the first one that comes up, which is F. And so you see people, sometimes they do like an F2, which without a bar, or they stick their thumb way around the other side, which I can't do on a classical, so you gotta learn F. But then the other chords are not nearly as bad. You're gonna have 3 majors in every key, you're gonna have 3 minors in every key. The 1, the 4, and the 5 if you're into theory, and then the 6, the 2, and the 3 if you're the minor keys. So I got C, F, and G are my majors, and A minor, D minor, and E minor are my minors. Not too bad. Okay. A gets weird because I've got all my minors are bars. So I've got A, D, and E, but then I've got F sharp minor, B minor, and C sharp minor, which are just, so we try to avoid A if we can. E is also weird, just because a lot of the notes on the guitar are already tuned to a chord that's in E. I can do a lot of crazy things, like I can play notes that are up here. I can make all sorts of crazy things in E. I can do this, which kind of sound nice. But if I actually want to do the chords and get the full body of the guitar, A is good, B is a bar, which is hard. C sharp minor, F sharp minor, and G sharp minor. It's just so you don't play an E unless you're doing some of those tricky things. D is really good. I got D, G, and A. That's not too bad. Then I got B minor, which is, again, I got to learn that one. E minor, and then F sharp minor. The problem with D is that it's too high. On a standard tuning guitar, that's my bass note, and I can't really go any lower than that. And I'd like to have a down below that. I don't have one. So sometimes you tune your note down, your bass note down a step, and then that starts to throw off your tuning. And so what is one to do? Well, the key that we love to play more than any other is G, because you only have one bar chord. So I got my C and my D, which are easy, and then E minor, A minor, and good old B minor, which is kind of the first bar chord you'll learn. But again, you have the same problem, where I'd like to be able to have that, when I play a D, I'd like to have that low D, so what is one to do? Well, again, I can detune, but if I do that, then I screw up all my fingerings, like I gotta play G like this, and who wants to play G like that? So, if only one made a capo that only covered 5 strings, which Shub does, so this is a Shub special capo that only covers these 5 strings here. So if I put this on, I still have my G chord, and I have a really nice low D. It doesn't affect any of the other chords, of course. The problem is when I do this, I lose my E minor, because now I can't play, if I play E minor, that's like an E minor over a D, which isn't really E minor. So what is one to do? Well, I learned this trick several years ago from a friend of mine, Thomas Blevins, who had I forget what kind of guitar he was playing. It was like a dobro or something, but he would put the capo on, and then he would actually finger behind it. So one can just play E minor by fingering behind the capo, which is kind of weird, but it works. So now for G, I've got my G, I got my C, I got my D, I have my E minor, if I can get to it, I've got my A minor, B minor. Not too bad. So this song uses that trick quite a bit. This is just an old hymn called Beautiful Savior. It's a real simple arrangement, but it's played this way so that you can get your E minor and then have a really nice low D minor when you need it. So this is Beautiful Savior. Enjoy.